să începem, vă rog. Cred că aveți cu toții căști. Urmează o prezentare a doamnei Charlot de Waal, care este ofițer asociat pe probleme de mediu cu Convenția de la Aarhus, Secretariatul Convenției de la Aarhus, iar prezentarea dumneavoastră va viza Convenția de la Aarhus ca atare, precum și cea de la Espoo. Vă rog.
Thank you. I would also like to start by introducing myself. My name is Charlot de Waal. I work with the Aarhus Convention Secretariat at the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe in Geneva. And I am very grateful for the invitation to speak here today, so thank you very much to the organizers. I will begin by saying a few introductory things about the Aarhus and Espoo conventions and the related protocols, and then I will say a few things about the most recent information that has been collected by the Aarhus and Espoo secretariats on problems with public participation in environmental decision making, since that is the main theme of this conference and kind of the umbrella under which the other issues of access to information and access to justice, as well as implementation of the EU directives, have been organized. As most of you probably know, I will begin by saying a few things that I fear most of you already do know, but please bear with me. The Aarhus Convention is the UNECE Convention on access to information, public participation in decision-making, and access to justice in environmental matters. And these three topics are considered to be the three pillars, so to speak, under the convention. So they are referred to with the term pillar as well, and I will use those terms as well in my presentation. The convention was adopted in Aarhus in 1998, has been in force since 2001. It has currently 43 parties, and Romania has been a party since the year 2000. The Aarhus Convention has a protocol on pollutant release and transfer registers, sorry, which was adopted in 2003 and has entered into force only 2 weeks ago, on the 8th of October 2009. It has currently 23 parties, and Romania has been a party only for a couple of months, since last August. Both these instruments are open by accession, or open to accession by non-UNECE countries. The Espoo Convention, as also most of you probably know, is the UNECE Convention on Environmental Impact Assessment in a Transboundary Context. This convention was adopted in 1991 and has been in force since 1997. It has currently also, just like Aarhus, exactly 43 parties. They are not actually the same countries that are parties. There are about 5 parties to each convention that the other convention does not have. Romania has been a party to the Espoo Convention since 2001. The Espoo Convention is not yet open to accession by non-UNECE countries. An amendment has been adopted to open the convention to accession by non-UNECE countries, but there is a complicated process and there are complicated requirements for amendments to enter into force, so it is not expected that the amendment will enter into force anytime soon. Then the protocol to the Espoo Convention is the Protocol on Strategic Environmental Assessment, referred to as the SEA Protocol. It was adopted also in 2003. It was in fact adopted on the very same day as the protocol to the Aarhus Convention. Both were adopted in Kiev during the Environment for Europe Ministerial Conference in 2003. The SEA protocol has not entered into force yet. It needs 16 ratifications to enter into force, and it currently has 12, including the European Community, which does not count towards entry into force. So it has 11 ratifications that count, and so it needs 5 more before it can enter into force. Romania could contribute to the entry into force of this protocol by ratifying it. Romania has signed the protocol in 2003 but has not yet ratified. The SEA protocol, contrary to the Espoo Convention, is actually open to accession by all UN member states. There is definitely a certain interplay between the Aarhus and the Espoo Conventions and the protocols on PRTR and SEA. They are, in a sense, all part of one family. They are definitely related. I will just say a few things about the comparison between Aarhus and Espoo. As we've discussed already today, Aarhus guarantees public participation in decision-making on environmental matters. This means that it's applicable to all decisions at the national level that have to do with environmental impact assessments. And in general, the Aarhus provisions are solely applicable